very important matter, and to go and have this picket tomorrow outside of the UAE Embassy. Shan, are you there? Shan Balton, Ahmed Kathrada Foundation, are you with us? Shan, are you there?
I'm there.
Okay, did you hear my introduction?
No.
Okay, just to let you know that we at Salam Media are great supporters of the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation. Earlier on in the program, we spoke about the picket that's happening tomorrow, but let's hear it directly from you guys. Why do you believe it is so important that this happens, and that the powers that be hear our voices on this issue?
Okay.
Please go ahead.
The Kathrada Foundation thinks that our outrage towards what the Guptas and their associates have done must be more than just work on social media and Twitter, but we need to be visible out on the streets, showing the kind of anger and outrage with what this family and their associates and others have done in Transnet, in Eskom, in Denel, and across government at both provincial and national level. They have stolen money from the poor. They have stolen money from deserving people, only to have a life of luxury in Dubai, fancy weddings in Sun City, and huge mansions, all at the cost of the citizens of this country. We should be extremely angry with what they have done, and the demand, and support the demands that they be brought back to stand trial in this country. We need to complement the work of the Department of Justice, who have now gone and to appeal to Interpol to bring them back to this country. But I think that the government in Dubai and the rulers in Dubai need to understand the anger towards these people and cooperate with all that is required from them to ensure that this family is brought back to stand trial and hopefully will be behind bars in orange overalls sooner rather than later.
Shan, do you think that this will actually come to pass? We know Interpol is involved as well, but do you truly believe it will come to pass? You know, they say people with money do have a lot of power, and they can grease other people's hands as well, and then slip the noose, so to speak. How do you feel about that?
I'm much more optimistic than I would have been, say, 6 months ago. I think that the turnaround at the NPA is visible now. The level of success in a number of other cases is much better than before. And this is an institution that was broken through state capture. Sharmila Batoya and her team, I think, have worked diligently putting this case together.
Wow.
And I'm confident. That confidence is reinforced by the fact that bail was denied to Iqbal Sharma, who now has to sit in a frozen jail cell in the Free State rather than his multi-million rand mansion where he hosted these lavish parties a few weeks ago, and which they thought was important enough to show us in top billing a few years back.
Sure.
So I think that's I'm more confident now than before, because I think the government has realized that the extent of anger towards these people and everybody else in state capture has huge political implications for their own future. So I'm confident that this year is a step in the right direction, but requires ongoing pressure from citizens.
Okay, let's just digress a bit, Sean. And we know that there's corruption at all levels in government as we speak. The Department of Health, Zweli Mkhize, has gone on special leave And I'm using that as an example because it's very much in the spotlight right now. Zweli Mkhize and obviously Digital Vibes. With this action of wanting to get the Guptas back to South Africa for them to stand trial, and that does happen, is going to send a very, very strong message to the likes of Digital Vibes, Zweli Mkhize, and a whole host of other people that have and still are involved in corrupt practices.
And bear in mind also that former President Zuma is standing trial for corruption charges dating back to 2005, and still has to receive the outcome of the Constitutional Court ruling in terms of his defiance of the Zondo Commission. The Zondo Commission report, I think, will unpack the full details of state capture, identify all those implicated, and make recommendations about who should be prosecuted. And I think that what we're seeing now is a likely precursor to the large-scale court cases that are likely to come. So I'm much more confident now, whether it's Digital Vibes today or anybody else tomorrow. Cleaning out the rot has to start from the top and has to go right down, because as we say in our statement, it's no sense only dealing with the Guptas when the kinds of examples that they've set is being replicated at all levels of government across the country.
Okay.
But yeah.
In closing, your thoughts on the Ace Magashule debacle?
What is Magashule? What's the debacle now?
Well, wasn't he threatening to go to court?
No. Well, he is in court. He has been charged. And that case is one that we will also be monitoring closely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that. We hope that people come out in their droves. Is there a meeting place, a specific meeting place in Johannesburg, or are you wanting to meet everyone outside of the UAE Embassy at 11 o'clock?
No, we are meeting at the UAE Embassy, 992 Arcadia Street in Pretoria. At 11 a.m. the proceedings will start.
Good on you, and we all are going to be watching all of this very, very closely. Thank you, Sean. Keep up the great work.
Thanks to Salam Media.
My pleasure. Good day. 9:54 exactly, and of course we're going to be wrapping up in a couple of minutes' time. Let's go for our final ad break of the morning, and then we'll be talking with Brother Inayat Wadi. He, of course, presents the news and views on a Thursday and Friday morning.
The Al Shazia Weekend Winter Sale now on. 20% off all ladies and girls abayas, 15% off all plain and branded abayas, 20% off all Samira kaftans, 20% off selected kurtas. Warm up to our sizzling specials this winter. 3 days only, 11, 12 and 13 June. Al Shazia, the scarf specialist. 215 Sparks Road, Overport, Durban. Call 031-207-6462. Al Shazia.
Never before has humanity faced a pandemic like the COVID-19 virus.
The World Health Organization has declared the coronavirus outbreak as a global pandemic.
Penny Appeal believes in prevention being the cure, and we remain firm in standing by our commitment to support and help those in need.
The border is closed, are very, very affected. So
they are lacking in the supplies.
I hope government can find a solution.
Our response is to provide hardship grants to those experiencing a loss in income in the months to come, and hygiene kits for the vulnerable at home here in South Africa and Syria and Palestine. Show compassion in the midst of crisis. Donate to our coronavirus emergency appeal now. Be proactive. Be aware. Help save a life. Donate today. Call 031 11 00 573 or donate via www.pennyappeal.org.za. Penny Appeal. Small change, big difference.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a master.